Hey guys, we went to see Santa today, did some crafts today, and it's time for some crafting. So I bought these at the Dollar Tree, you might remember. Found these shortly after, was it right before or was it right after Zoe passed? I think it might have been right before, I have to check. But then I got some after, and they're just so cute. I want to do them with a decoupage in a tartan, and I'm going to paint the bottom. But so you might say, well, I'm going to use this fabric. Now this is a fat quarter that I bought at Walmart. Okay, it was special. It was in the Christmas design. Now here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this. Oops, maybe you can't see. And I'm just going to hang the fabric down a little bit on the edge of my countertop here. Okay. So just a little bit. I have it because if I put it right up to the edge, the feet go over a little bit. So I'm going to automatically know as I trace this to add a little extra for the feet. Now, all I'm going to do, slide this down here, and then I'm going to trace this design. Okay, so let me get, I'm going to grab a paint marker and hold. Make sure that you've got it all. Okay, and then you've got your dog. Now you see where we have to add some for his legs, right? So we can kind of put it there and see. Let me show you. There's one thing I just want to do a little bit with, so to line it up. So I can get the angle of the leg. Alright, so it's going to actually go like that, and the back leg grab some scissors, and I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so now we can put it on this side and see, okay, so when we do that, okay, so this piece will work. Now we can work on trimming it up. Now what we could do is decoupage it on like that and then trim with an X-Acto knife. Go around like that to get the best look, you see? Okay, so we can do that. This comes up like that. Okay. And I think that's what I might do. And then I can cut out with the X-Acto knife. But I can go ahead and clip up some of this by the tail, just so it's easier. I'm actually going to get my detailing scissors and my Cricut. And then I got a bunch of Cricut blades, so I'm going to show you what those are like too. I should put my glasses on if I'm doing some really close-up work. So when we put Mod Podge on the bottom of this, we'll stretch out the fabric. We have that, right? And what you can do now is get that, see, and then that I can either tuck over with the Mod Podge, which might be nice to do because otherwise I'm going to paint the middle. But if I went and like put a cut line and did that, because we're going to do the back, perhaps that will work, and then we can add some red, whatever. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. We just put the Mod Podge and then we can fold whatever we want. Fabric is pretty forgiving to work with. And that's what I have. Isn't it cute? And then I may use the Cricut to put a name, maybe Zoe, and then another one, Desi. But they're really cute. And I'm going to do the back side, and then I'll probably paint this red. Okay, so that's that. And we have to put it this way now to get the front part, right? So we had it this way. Now we got to put it this way to get the other side of it straight. You want to make sure you have same amount on the bottom. And I'm going to leave it like that because it gives me enough to fold over. Okay, so I got my two pieces, and now I'm going to put some Mod Podge just on this side, and I'm just going to, play around, tweak the fabric where it should be. Do some more organizing of the craft room in order to get some things, because I couldn't find my Mod Podge. So found a bunch of other things and got to organize a little bit. But anyway, so I'm going to just put a really good coat of this on the bottom. Well, the top of the thing, the bottom. Okay, so just like that. And I'm going to get my piece that goes that way, which is this one. Okay, and like I said, it's really forgiving because you're going to put Mod Podge on top of it too, so don't be like, oh, it's got, wet, or I had to reposition it. It doesn't matter. You're really going to saturate it. I did some really nice chairs, I don't know, about 5 years ago, maybe more. They still get looked at by like Mod Podge Rocks. It's one of the most searched and visited blog pages. Okay, so Okay, and then you can see, now what we can do is take our detailing scissors, right? And where we have a curve, it's going to allow us to maneuver the fabric a better around these curves. Okay, so watch now. So now what we'll do, take some more Mod Podge, right? Start putting it here, put it on the back of this fabric, put it over here like that. Hope that you're seeing. I always get freaked out that you're not seeing what I'm doing because I get then so into what I'm doing that I don't show what I'm doing. Okay, so what we do is we start just pressing down the excess fabric like that, right? For some reason there's, I don't know what, you want to make sure you don't have any lumps, or this is why you know when you work with a paper napkin or something, it can tear really easy. Fabric is so unforgiving and looks so great. If you can find your pattern in fabric, try it in fabric. You'll probably absolutely love it. Okay, so, and when you do like little chairs and things like I did mine, you can overlap with little pieces of fabric and it goes like a patchwork kind of a quilt look. So you see how nicely that's looking? Okay, and you see how we cut the tabs, it goes over nice. And don't ask me how I just thought of that part, because it must be something with sewing or something that just stuck in my head, because that just came to me. I didn't watch a tutorial or anything on this. Again, this is just something that I've decoupaged with fabric, but I've never done these little cuts like this. I've done like chairs and things, so I've just wrapped the fabric myself. And so yeah, it's pretty good that I could just come up with that. And so we've got that, and now we'll just grab a bunch of this, put it on our fabric and on our wood here. Remember, we have another side that's going to be able to go up to that, and we can do it red as well. And then down here we could just slice that off with an X-Acto knife when it gets close to the base. I just want to make sure that we're right into where it needs to go there. Okay, and then there. So now I want to work a little bit over here, so I have to put some Mod Podge under there. You're going to get your hands messy. It's part of the fun. It's not as messy as paper mache, but you're still going to get your hands messy. But your hands are a great tool So you have to not mind it if you're going to do decoupage. Make sure you get under and don't be afraid, because we're going to put it on the fabric anyway to make sure it's really adhered. It dries clear, it's a protector coat, so just go and make sure everything is nice and smooth and you don't have any lumps or wrinkles. And that your feet, again, like I said, we'll take an X-Acto knife, but just make sure that right up to the bottom that it is. So you're going to want to go around, and this, again, like this is where you can take your finger and just go around here. See this, and under here? You can just go under there. Under where? I didn't. Okay. Saw these little dogs, like I said, and either Zoe was very sick at the time or had just lost her. I think I just, and I got these to do something, and I got 2 or 3 of them. I bought 2 that day, and then I think I bought another one later on. And I'm going to make sure that this is really, so I can even tuck that in like around, and I don't even need an X-Acto by doing it like that. Woo! By doing it like that. And then I'm going to Mod Podge it to make sure that it's good. And we've got that. Come over here, make sure that we're all a little more Mod Podge, and just go around the edges, because you really want those to be sealed good before you start. The back. Just take your finger and just go all over the edges there. And see, like over here on the foot, I'll come from behind and put some Mod Podge, and then I will, so now, let's see, we'll just take our finger and go like that, and we'll do the back sides. Alright, so we'll take this piece now. Plaid is also like really very forgiving. So when you work with it, like if we go back here and we piece it onto each other, it should meld nicely. And I'll show you what I mean by that as soon as I make sure that it's everywhere it should be. Okay. So when we come around, so you can pull the fabric over. Covers, you see how you can do that? And then like just right there, wrap and tuck. Okay, and we don't have to worry here because we've got all our wood covered there. So now, depending on how much I don't really need tabs here because I don't have that much and it's working. If it's not, then I'm going to, would cut tabs there.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. We ran into a drifted bank, and there we got upside.
So this piece I will cut off with an X-Acto knife because it is just very much longer, and I'll probably go around there.
Jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
And so we're almost done. So there we have it. Now what I'll do is seal the whole thing. I can always go over edges later if there's any edges, but I'm just going to seal the whole thing.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in.
So we're just going to finish this up here, and I'm going to let it dry now, make sure that Mod Podge is all evenly on there and there's no clumps, no lumps. You don't want any, lumpy stuff, so smooth it out, make sure you've got everything. I went ahead and I gave it 2 coats of the Mod Podge, and so I'm just letting it dry at this point and going to move on to the next craft, which is going to be another decoupage project with a Dollar Tree mini tray that you can get in the craft department of your Dollar Tree if you have a craft aisle Dollar Tree. If you don't, you've got to find one, or maybe something similar in another the
craft
next
store.
project we're going to do, we're waiting for that Mod Podge to dry. So we're going to take some of this Waverly chalk paint. That's not good. Okay, that just went all over the place. Okay, so we're going to, this is a Dollar Tree little mini tray. So I'm just going to get this off my counter and use it. Chalk paint covers really nice, and we want it to have, the chalk look, so it doesn't have to so a little goes a long way. You can use these with your Cricut maker to put a saying in there, but I bought something I think even before I had my Cricut maker, and I want to try to use that. And it's going to be a decoupage. Now if you had a little hot cocoa bar or something, these little trays painted up would be nice for that, to hold little things. And they have a bunch of little trays like this. They have some that are just like almost like little mini crates, and some that are just, they have a lot of, if you have the one with the craft store aisle, they have a lot of nice things.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to...
Okay guys, so I have this. I didn't realize I wasn't recording when I was showing where I got this piece that I'm using right here. It was from a little tiny gift bag that I bought at Walmart in the gift card section of the Christmas section where they have stuff to put gift cards in. It was a small gift bag. And I showed it in a haul, and I explained that I was going to do a project with it. So if you want to go back there and see exactly what it is, but I just cut it, you know, out of the gift bag. I carefully removed the handles from the back, and now I'm just decoupaging the back of it, and I'm going to place it on the tray. Try to get it in the right place. And then I'll stick it down, and then I'm going to put decoupage on the top. And then I'm going to give the dog another coat of the decoupage, and then I'll take a detail brush and go in and do the red around his feet and trim off any excess I have to with an X-Acto knife around the bottom. But this is really easy. There you can see the handle, I carefully underneath there that. Now I'm just going to do the top. Make sure it's smooth out anything. It's a thick enough paper that it works really well. And it makes a cute little tray. You can put a, put a hanger on the back of it, or just have, like I said, if you had a hot cocoa bar and you put things on it by your coffee station or something, or even, a coffee bar, you could use it there. I'm just smoothing it out. And it dries clear. So I'm sealing the whole area right there. And then that's about what we're doing there. And so we'll just let it dry, and then I'll show it to you. Okay, so what I have here is I added some of those vase fillers that you get at the Dollar Tree, the glitter ones, in the red and green to that pine cone tree, and I put a little bow on the top that I also got at the Dollar Tree. Looks much better, I think, very festive. And then there's my dog. I painted the bottom red. I'm going to probably put something around his neck. Maybe for Christmas I'll put some kind of a wreath and a jingle bell, but I'll show you more when he's finished. And I'm going to put the name on there with the cricket. And then I have the little tray. So I hope you try this. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.